Let's go ahead and get started with Uluru as everybody's hopping on. Start share of this beautiful sacred space to the Aboriginal people. And there's been a lot of kind of talk about what exactly is going on at Uluru. And I'm just going to preface this with saying, as with everything I offer, take me with your own grain of salt, and I'm on my own personal journey. And this is just, and some of this is just an offering, and hopefully you'll know what resonates with you and you'll know your yeses. So I'm just going to say it. So the elders at Uluru have been talking for some time now, to my understanding, about a gathering that's taking place today, round about solstice time. And they say it's to activate a device delivered by the Pleiadians, as they believe that, much like the fish people, the Nomos, they believe that, we've come from somewhere else, and that there are beings in existence that are potentially benevolent and here to help us. So this box, they say, for human comprehension, the best way to think about it is it's a box of crystals. They refer to it, the elders refer to it as a magic box. And this magic box has machinery that's sort of ready and waiting to be turned on. And the key here is that only humans can activate it. So nobody can let the humans be kind of half awake and step in there and almost codependently help us out. We have to wake up. At least that's what the elders are saying. And now's the time for me to put on my silly hat because I'm getting cold again. But for us to, what does it need to activate? It's very much similar to what we've been doing already today. It needs human consciousness and light. So the idea, though, is that if humanity isn't awake, if we just keep humming about, then the box is just going to sit there like a piece of machinery, and it's not going to fire up. It's not going to activate. And so I said, no one can intervene. So what's going to happen is this box is going to absorb all the light that we send it. And one of the things I wanted to offer, so we can think about this box as a box of crystals. And I'll mention in a little bit, the Aboriginals understand the ley lines of their continent to be song lines. Song lines are much like what many of us have heard of, like crystal grid lines, beneath where crystals are actually existing beneath the earth. The Aboriginals sing the song lines. They, between all of the different groups, they can sing their way from one place to another. Uluru is connected to at least 5 of these song lines. But ley lines, dragon lines, there's all different ways of that the Celtics and the Druids and the Aboriginals and everyone knew about the energy, the telluric current, the currents that are beneath the earth and how Mama Earth carries energy. So the idea also is that this is going to be turned on. And so I want us first to consider the idea. I spent a fair amount of time in yoga. So I remember when I first found this photo of the chakras of the earth. And so you can see, if you look at this, that Uluru is right down there at the solar plexus chakra. And Mount Shasta would be the root chakra. Many people know that as a sacred space. Glastonbury is the heart chakra. There's other different in this photo, you can see there's other gates. Mount Kailash in Tibet is the 7th chakra. Also the 5th, the throat chakra, is the Great Pyramid of Egypt, the Sphinx, and Mount Olive. So all places that humanity has gathered. So the idea is that Uluru, when we consider the chakras and we map that onto our own understanding of our own chakras being the energetic organs of our body. And, just like our heart beats inside our chest, we need that to function all the time. Our heart chakra functions inside our chest. We need that to function all the time. Earth's heart chakra is functioning all the time. So what's potentially happening as this Uluru chakra is firing up with this box of crystals, we can imagine that the whole system is going to be positively affected if it turns on. And it's interesting to note that in the symbolism, at least that I know of it, in yoga, the Manipura chakra, the third chakra, is the power center. It's the manifestation center. It's also the place where we get to travel up. And if we look at how we've been operating as a collective for the last eons of time, we've been in our lower two chakras. We've been in our root chakra, survival, safety, roof over our head, very basic stuff, fighting wars. And we've been in our sexual chakra, our sacral chakra. That could be gluttony, that could be pleasure, that could be seeking all these things. We're very, it's almost the instant gratification thing. So we can kind of almost see that even us, we kind of sense that we've been a little stuck and we want this energy to keep moving up through us. And just as we feel that, we're connected to Mother Earth. We're symbiotically little microcosms of her macrocosm. So the potential also to see this as is this: if our solar plexus chakra fires up within us, that means boom, we get to manifest we know that we're powerful creators, and all those fears of worthiness, enough, all the stories that keep us small, all those fears, just literally with all that light from the third chakra, fall away, and the energy gets to continue to flow up. So that is a metaphor that you can take or leave, but it's another way to consider if there's a magic box of crystals that is beneath this beautiful sacred space, which I believe there's definitely something happening there right now. And what we're charged to do is to send light, that it might affect the whole system. It might be able to affect positively, get all of Mother Earth, just as we want all of ourselves energetically to be firing and, and humming. We would like that for our mother planet as well. And I want to share one more thing. So the Earth has been aware, preparing for this. And this is an image of the Schumann resonance. I believe I got it for the last year. So it's interesting because it's been peaking a lot, like waves. We've gotten these huge peaks into the, how many hundreds is that top line? Hold on, let me get this where I can see it. That's 6 or 7, that's 700s. So this is since January 2020. So you can see that at least some of them are super, super big. They're peaking and they're troughing, and it's almost like acclimating. And if you think about what it means, if you're going to go hike somewhere in Tibet, you don't just head from Santa Monica Beach and hit the mountains. You have to acclimate. You have to acclimate to the atmosphere, right? So we are being invited to energetically acclimate with these waves that are coming in. And the process is transformational. Just as you can imagine, if you were put somewhere at very high elevation and you weren't ready, you'd feel a little dizzy. It wouldn't be that fun until you figured it out. So that's almost one of the ways that the Earth itself is readying for this ceremony, for this, what the elders in Uluru believe will be a massive event of influx of light. And as I mentioned, we are transformers, transmuters. The sun is all over the place. I hope you guys can see me. So the important thing to remember here, though, is one of the things that the elders have said is that there's going to be a split of this resonance. So there's the where we've been, which is about 8, Schumann resonance of about 8. You can kind of feel when I say that, that's kind of along the idea of like, we need to get back to normal ASAP and everything needs to go back. And then where the other split is going to be around 200, they say, which also just means boom, tons of light, which is this potential for massive transformation of our structures, of our society, of the old ways. Well, old ways is an interesting word. Old ways, when I say that, I mean ancient ways, those simple ways. That we're going to kind of be able to be, there's going to be a bi-vibrational split, and people who resonate one way, just like law of attraction would say, we're going to vibrate over here, and those that are humming at another thing are going to vibrate over there. And that's a lot of what this year that's just been super cleansing, super challenging, super expansive, super like everything that we would have tolerated in 2019 and 2020. It was just like, oh man, I need that out, and so that is this lightening up that we're doing, ideally so that when the planet does have all this light come in, that it will, this fork in the road, that will be pulled to this higher, lighter vibration. I'm going to talk about this later in the Hopi prophecy. I'm not of the mind to stick necessarily to specific dates and anything that's too doomsday-y. That's just my taste. We all have our own tastes. I love the idea of the planet expanding. I also have read and seen a lot of things from the elders even talking about how even these predictions, they're a little cuspy. They're a little bit, time for people who aren't human beings is a fully human construction. So when we try to get all this stuff that's beyond our physical world into our ability to understand it, even some of these predictions, we can't quite fit them in our box. So I invite us to think about the ideas here. And the main idea that really resonates with me is what I mentioned in the first gathering we had for solstice, that we are conduits of light, that we are conscious creators, and that we are being called to step into that role. And so let's get to the Uluru idea of this magic box of crystals. Whether or not you believe that that's true, the one thing that I think is amazing is that these elders have gotten a fair amount of us to come together around the idea that we are conduits of light and that we need to see the planet with light. And I just love that. And then magic's going to happen no matter what. If we really do step into that role and we shift our energetic vibration, I have no doubt that the world will be a better place. So less about what's going to happen if we don't get our act together, more about, oh, wow, yeah, this is the right time. So what I want to do right now is to have us begin to run energy for the next, we've got about 10 minutes to just do this thing that the elders, the original people, as they sometimes call them, let's just get to doing it. And one of the things I want to, I made some notes for myself. So from their quote, we need to be truly focused on a singular, specific thought, feeling, and intention. So cleansing, energizing, and reinvigorating Mother Earth and ushering in a new era for her and her children. And they want us to be clear that the focus is on Mother Earth and not on ourselves. I think we all get that, but I think that it's so relevant, right? So let's go ahead and I'm going to put on a little bit of, I wanted to play my crystal ball, but I didn't get it. So let's just go ahead and I'm going to play some didgeridoo in the background. Close our eyes. And where I am on this land right now, there's a huge goddess spiral. I'm seated right to the left of the center of it. And you can imagine that you're here or you're at Uluru or you're just outside, you're connecting to Earth. So just send your energetic roots down beneath the soil. And as if you're a tree, send your branches up and out. And find that center point within you, that part of you that knows, that's always known what this whole human dance is about, why you're here, beyond words. And then just find your breath. Start to breathe a little bit more deeply. Let your body relax. And almost as if you're relaxing as if you're going to let yourself flow with a current of water. You're relaxing to allow this energy to flow through you. So the intention is to send light and love to our planet. We can do that through a number of ways. We can start with our roots. Imagine you just reaching and sending light and love. Maybe it's just beautiful, bright white light, golden light down beneath the soil. Maybe you connect in with other tree roots or other conduits or ley lines or crystals, whatever is beneath there, or even if you just send that light down. And you can do it with your breath, breathing in with the air and taking in energy. You can take in energy from the sun, you can take in energy from above, from spirit, and then as you exhale, send that energy down through your feet. With the intention for healing and for sending love to our planet. And just staying with the breath. A little bit more time here, just connecting to the roots, your energetic roots. And connect next, move up into your solar plexus and your heart. And we're going to actually find our heart, because our heart is so powerful, right at the center of your chest. Connect to your heart. So we're going to breathe in, light from the sun, light from the stars, from spirit, from source. Breathe out, send it out, not only through your feet, send it out through your heart. So that's going out into the atmosphere. It's going out into the air of Mother Earth. And you can imagine you're sending it out forward from your heart and backward from your heart. We are these toroidal-shaped energetic beings. So much like an apple would be shaped, that's the way your energy field runs. So breathing in, taking in light, and then breathing out, sending it out. And now that your heart's in the mix, there's love there, exponentially. And all this breathing, all this consciousness, our intention will, if you feel called, intention, send your intention for healing and for love for our planet. And just keep visualizing and experiencing yourself as a conduit of light. Maybe this light you're sending goes all the way to Uluru. Maybe it goes right to where you're at. Maybe it comes here to this spiral that I'm seated on right now. Maybe it goes wherever it needs, just simply spending more time right now physically breathing and energetically breathing. And every exhale, just send that light down and send it out from your heart, from the front and from the back. And see if you can feel it start to hum a little bit inside of you. As I mentioned in our previous gathering, the lovely thing about opening ourselves as conduits of love and light is just we feel everything that we are channeling, that we're sending. So feel that light, that love, and keep sending it down beneath the soil and out from your heart. Let's do this for let's see, we have another couple minutes here. I'm going to let us do this for 2 more minutes. So receiving the light of the sun, receiving light from spirit, light from source, from above. Receive it into your heart and send it out through your feet and send it out through your heart. Down into the soil, out into the environment, infusing our planet with light, with love. And for this last couple minutes, let's just directly send this to Uluru if you feel called. Send this light with your consciousness to that beautiful red rock that the elders guard and keep as sacred space on our planet. And just to be in service, that whatever they're doing there today, whatever's happening there, that we can contribute our light. Send it down through your feet, send it out through your heart. And feel it being received. And just sending love and light to Mother Earth. One more minute here to Uluru. And as we prepare to head towards close, one of the things that I like to invite when I do energetic work, because we are non-linear beings and because we exist so far beyond our bodies, that potentially part of you can be doing this all day. If that's your intention, you can just let part of you, whether or not you're eating lunch or whether or not you're in the next gathering, be doing this. I think we can all feel how profound this is right now. For as long as your higher self feels the need to send this light and love. And then just coming back into your body, coming back to our gathering here. Thank you, guys. Okay. I'm going to go get ready for the next phase. Let me look at the comments. Okay, I've got some ideas for how to mute everybody. Thank you for the warmth, David. The colors connect to the chakras on that chakra picture. I hope that was clear. And then I also just want to show you, I don't know if you can see it. This is my coffee cup down there, but this is the center of the little spiral. There's grass growing all around here, but it's probably back to the fence is this whole spiral that I will walk when I'm doing ceremony. So if you happen to be sending the energy here, I'm sure it went wherever it was needed. All right, we have one more 30-minute session. So sneak peek, we're going to be focusing on Egypt. We're actually going to also go back to Uluru, which wasn't what I expected when I first knew I was going to do to Egypt, but that might be fun. So it's 9:55. I'm going to give myself 5 minutes. I'm going to get inside and be warm for this next one. And I look forward to seeing you guys there. All right, tons of love.